Hello, Sarah Sabin, Executive Leadership and Nutrition Coach here, and I am excited to have with me here today Laurie Warford-Woolgar, who is an eco-dietitian extraordinaire and founder of Harvest Health. Laurie, hello, and thank you for this interview today.
Very welcome.
Okay, so let's get straight into this. So you did some intuition sessions with me. You did three of them, and I'd love for you to share what you loved most about working with me.
What I loved most about working with you, Sarah, is that you are a very active listener, which means like you listened to what I had to say and then you repeated it back in a summary of, and so hearing it back, uh, reflected on myself, I could hear what you were saying, and it made me comfortable with being uncomfortable with some of the things that I had to say. So yeah, the active listening is very helpful, or was very helpful to me.
Thank you. That's actually a big thing. If I have made someone a little bit more comfortable with being uncomfortable or a lot more comfortable with that, then I'm happy. So, what did you learn about yourself during this experience with me?
Um, so before working with you, I kind of knew that I needed to always make other people happy, and I put other people's needs before my own. So in doing that, I was often, well, I was holding myself back from things that I really wanted to do because I never had time because I was putting everybody else first. And nobody expected me to do that. I just did it. But you helped me realize why I just did it, and you helped me understand or gave me tools to face the reasons why that I did it, so that I can focus on my own needs.
Hmm.
Those tools are helpful in everyday life, and I can use them anytime, and they pop up here and there, and I'm like, yeah, Sarah told me to do this. Like, for instance, I went to visit my parents for the Easter break, and I usually sit in the middle in the back with the dog. And
Mhm.
because the dog is more comfortable on the side, and I'm like, and I'm uncomfortable in the middle. And then Sarah would say, well, what are my needs? So my needs, simply simple as this, is like, nope, this is not working for me. I need to be comfortable. So I actually got up front, put my son in the back and the dog in the middle. So
Yay! Oh my God, that is major.
little things like that. So I can use what you've taught me in my at home life, but also then now going forward in the career that I'm confident that I will succeed in.
That's so interesting because it is kind of a side effect of working with someone on their career because everything is interconnected. And especially if we're talking about people pleasing, it tends to bleed into all areas of life. And the sad reality is we have to proactively manage our careers, and that does involve putting thought into us and our needs. So, what were some of the tangible results that you noticed, well, whilst working with me and afterwards?
Okay. So a couple years ago had started my own business, but I stopped flat, like of like really putting myself out there. Um, and so after working with you, I'm been able to now advance that business after 2 years because I am putting myself out there, um, which is something I'm still working with. I'm uncomfortable with, but because now you've taught me the tools to like get beyond that, break through those barriers, I'm coming gradually more comfortable. But if I had not spoken to you, or you had not coached me, I would probably still be stuck where I was 2 years ago. So the tangible results are that I'm now moving forward with what I want to do. When I started my business 2 years ago, I was doing what I thought people wanted me to do because of who I was and the title that I had, which is dietitian. So I thought, okay, meal plans, telling people what to eat, but that's not what I really ever wanted to do. I just thought this is what people expected me to do. But after coaching with you, I'm focused more on my needs and what I want and what I know I can provide, the best service I can provide to someone based on what I like, and what I want to do. So I'm very proud now. I've revamped my website. I have been networking. I have been putting myself out there, and I feel more confident, and I'm enjoying it way better now than I did when I started this business 2 years ago, because now it's mine.
That is awesome. Okay, big round of applause there. But also to say, building a business is hard, and it involves being uncomfortable frequently. And unless you're really connected to the vision of what you're doing and it's really internally generated, for a lot of people, they will find reasons to procrastinate or give up. And that's simply because they're not connected enough to what they're doing to get past all of the barriers and obstacles that will inevitably come your way.
Yeah. And I'm definitely more connected. And I think that's so taking the time with you to walk through the disconnect that I had. It was important because, like I said, I'd be still stuck where I was 2 years ago. But now it's like I'm excited and I want to move forward because I am connected to what it is that I want to do. And I'm proud of what I have to offer. And I'm more confident in the abilities that I have because they're true to what I want to do, opposed to thinking what I should do.
So, I mean, you touched on some of the things that I would be asking in my next question anyway, which is kind of around the non-tangible things. And you've mentioned confidence being a big one. Is there anything else that you want to mention that intangibly you feel now?
Well, because I'm more confident, I'm more motivated. And I feel more courageous and putting myself out there because I'm like you mentioned, like because now I'm attached to what it is that I'm doing and it's something I want to do. So it motivation, courage, and I feel like yeah, I have a lot to offer. So self-worth has increased. Yeah, so that it's been all positive, and I wish I had done it sooner because if I'd done it 2 years ago, spoke with you 2 years ago, uh, I would have been much further ahead. But I'm very thankful that I took the time to do it because you're the first person I ever spoke to about trying to figure out my own needs. Like, oh, I had no trouble saying, oh, you should talk to somebody, to one of my friends or my husband or my children. But never did I really stop to think maybe I should talk to someone about what my needs are and work through the barriers that I was, stuck with. So I feel like I've broken down those barriers. And when I do come across them again, I'll have skills and tools that you taught me to help me get through those barriers.
Awesome. Okay. Well, anything else that you feel it's important that anyone listening to this should know or think about?
I think things that maybe even come across just talking to you one-on-one like this is that you're very thoughtful and patient and insightful. So when you did actively listen to me and say things back to me, what I was saying, summarizing the things that I was saying back to me, it's one thing to think it in your own head, but to hear it back and kind of puts things right in front of your face. So and then you provided then a connection with tools that could help me, so an examples so that of things that could help me. So it was very insightful. You're very insightful, so thoughtful, patient, insightful, and of course even just talking to you, you have a calming disposition, so it's not rushed. uh, yeah,
Yeah.
you feel at ease. So the sessions were very comfortable.
Okay. And last question, would you recommend me as a coach?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. It changed the way that I thought about life. And like I said, an example, not just at home, like driving in the car and put myself in the back seat with the dog, but also with my professional life, which is why I did see you. But it can be used, the tools you taught me can be used everywhere. So it really did change my life in all aspects. So I'm appreciative of the time, and I would highly recommend anyone who has any doubts about what they're doing themselves or feel like they have, things that are in their way from accomplishing what they want, um, and need clarity, to definitely talk to you, because it will change their life.